I was so PO'd at what happened in Hollywood after 9/11. These people they're so good at crafting a narrative and lying to you and repeating it over and over. But the book that I wrote in 2003, before the Iraq War, that's important, was an attack on celebrity culture. And it was just because I was so pissed. I was so angry at these people that after 9/11, these people didn't unite with the rest of the country. They had their arms crossed. You could tell that all of the bitterness and all of the division that they had sown for so many years had just kind of dissipated right then, and the unity of the country bothered them, and their faces no longer were on the front of People magazine, and people were actually talking there for a while saying, who can watch this stuff when we're at war? Who can watch this stuff when, so many serious things are happening in the world? And these people inserted themselves back into front of the camera to a great extent because of their toxic narcissism. That's what they are. They didn't come to Hollywood to change the world. They came here to have sex with good-looking people and the best-looking people in the world and do heroin. I just saw that Courtney Love lost custody of her daughter at 17 years old. It took the system that long to figure that one out. I'm not a huge fan of these people. I don't like people who can't govern their own lives telling us how we should govern ours. And so I started to write this screed against the celebrity culture. It really was motivated by living on that cemetery. It was really motivated by understanding the virtues of sacrifice in this country and this history of sacrifice in this country. And I remember going to Sacramento. I'm not going to lie to you that it was San Diego. I didn't come here. I remember going to Sacramento for some event, and I got off of the airplane, and I saw members of the military service walking by, and people gave them a standing ovation. I've never seen that before in Los Angeles, ever, 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 ever. It's runs so contrary to the worldview of these people. They look down on these people. They've come up with talking points. Let's not spit on them in this election cycle. We learned our lesson from Vietnam. Let's create bumper stickers that say that we support them. But then we'll attack the war policy. We'll root for them to fail. We'll go on Iranian television and we'll give aid and comfort to the enemy, but we support the troops. We support the troops. How many people in this room, David Lagsby, do you buy that? And so you're selling us a bag of goods. You can't stand this friggin' country. And this room, to me, is filled tonight, this movement that I feel I'm a part of, the Tea Party movement, this movement of underground Hollywood conservatives spontaneously erupting after years and years and years of being put in the closet by Hollywood leftists saying we have to get together to save this country. There's a real spirit, there's a real awakening in this country. It's unbelievably tangible. This isn't mystical. This isn't me just coming here to talk to you for the sake of talking, like conservatives come speech to speech to speech. Give me $10,000, give me $10,000 to buy my book. Did you see me on television? I'm telling you, there's a real spirit alive in this country that I've never seen before. And I have in my email box since the Acorn thing happened. The reason why it was so significant to people wasn't because it was going after Acorn. It was that it was a sense that finally somebody offered a shot across the bow and said, enough already. We've been playing a bad form of prevent defense for so long that God bless AM Talk Radio and the people that we love. God bless Fox News and those people that we love. At the end of the day, they're talk show hosts reading off of source material from the mainstream media and simply doing on-air fact checking, and it's fantastic, and the other side's always lying, And our side is almost always telling the truth, and when our side gets caught doing something bad, we say that person should go to jail. And their side, let's protect that person no matter what. So we've drawn a line between right and wrong and morality, and they've just basically said, we don't care about what's on those Acorn tapes. We're going to fight you. We don't care about what Clinton did in the White House. We don't care that he intimidated witnesses. We don't care that he was part of a movement to create incredibly oppressive sexual harassment law in the office place where mom and dad, who met each other a generation before in a secretary-boss sort of thing, how many people here are a product of office relationships? Now that's officially sexual harassment. But Bill Clinton, he can have sex with an intern, and he can get away with it. It's the double standard. You see the double standard every single day in the media. They perpetuate it. They go, we create laws so that you can abide by them, and we can break them and justify them left and right. Well, my entire skill set is based upon almost Rain Man-like repetition of watching news articles come down. All I do is read news articles. You can't help but see patterns when you do that. And you can't help to realize that people who claim to be objective journalists, who attack me as being a partisan journalist, like, wait a second, you know what, I'm going to own it. At least I'm going to be honest walking through my life, saying that I think this country is inherently good, that I want to support the Constitution in this country. These people are radicals. They were the people that offered aid and comfort to the anti-war movement, which was an illegitimate anti-war movement that was born of a group called International Answer, which is a pro-Stalinist, pro-North Korean, pro-Chavez organization where an alliance of celebrities like Jessica Lange and Susan Sarandon actually went to protests that were put on by this pro-communist organization. These are our enemies who sowed dissent in this country for the sake of finishing off a job that they wanted to do a generation ago.